Okay, welcome back to Expert Resources. I'm Chris Hanlon with the Compelling Communicators community, and today we've got a very different guest. I've got Hanna Kinez, and Hanna works with senior engineers and tech leads whose bodies are betraying them with brain fog, chronic pain, energy crashes, and she's solved this for thousands across 12 countries in the past 15 years. She finds what's actually failing and fixes it. No medications, just you performing like yourself. And we're going to see what she can do, what magic she can perform for speakers on the stage and virtual stages as well. So welcome along, Hanna. How are you?
Hi, Chris. Thank you for having me here. I'm fine today. We're across the universe right now. You didn't mention that.
Yeah, so whereabouts are you again?
At that specific moment, I am in Poland.
Right. And I'm, of course, in New Zealand. What got you into this sort of work that you do?
Oh, I was hoping you're not going to ask this question because that might take us a while, me explaining the whole story. But okay, let me be quick and short. When I was 20 years old or around that, I was finishing my first degree, and I was hit by, it can't even be called a productivity crisis. I had brain fog, I couldn't concentrate. I knew that I can finish the university and do all my assignments, but I just could not gather myself because I was mostly suffering from various pains. I'm a martial arts fighter, still am, and I was one since childhood. I started with karate and moved to jiu-jitsu, judo, Viet Vo Dao, name it. And all of those injuries had to pay back. And at some point, I woke up in the morning and I was like, I can't live like that every day. And unfortunately, the doctors told me that that's it. It's going to be like that because every major ligament on your limbs is either torn or have been torn, ruptured, and so on. And so that's it. That's your life. I didn't agree with that. And I started looking for alternative solutions. And since I'm coming from the martial arts, my first alternative solutions were going to Vietnamese, Chinese, and Tibetan medicine. Later on, I got my second degree in physiotherapy, in medicine. And that's how I got myself in the field. However, I resolved the issue for myself with various practices. Physiotherapy also did not help me a lot. So 15 years ago, I moved away from the medical field and went into applied kinesiology. And I have not had these pains ever since. That's already good 20 years since I forgot what about the pains or not being able to be yourself or be productive or realize your potential because you have some body issues.
What has this got to do with speaking? How can movement and posture and that sort of thing make any difference at all to somebody who's standing in front of an audience? And I should say, our audience is here in the Compelling Communicators. We have business owners and startup founders that are pitching for business. We have academics and experts who want to be on the TEDx stage. So we've got a few different sort of people there, but all of them want to appear credible when they're standing in front of people on a stage or...
Yeah, your body has to do a lot with your presentation because you do presentation with your body. Your mouth and your head is a part of the body. You cannot just, if we could transport that and let that speak without all of the rest, that would be amazing. And it probably would be much more successful. However, we can't. And that's where holistic, even though this term is so overused, but yeah, holistic health come in. Especially when you're a business owner, investor, if you're a CEO, executive, you have to show up with presence. But what does that mean, show up with presence? We can script your speech, we can work on the tone of your voice. I don't know, tell me, Chris, do you pay any attention on the like mimics, position of the face in your work, or you do not touch that much?
Not particularly. We talk a little bit about being expressive, and we talk a little bit about how things are, but I mostly focus on making sure that people are being comfortable being themselves, if you know what I mean, rather than being somebody who you're not. But I do try and get them usually to be more expressive, because people are not expressive enough. So that's about the limit of what I do with that.
And this is amazing what you're saying. Yeah, so this is the key. I believe that's why I want you to talk in your podcast, because being yourself and to speak from the position of being comfortable with yourself is the key to almost everything, not just speaking, but leading, being a CEO, startup is being comfortable with who you are. And here, if we take that from the mindset to actually the words, being comfortable with your body. If you have pains, just remember right now, you had a meeting, let's say in the midday, and you went on a hike a day before and you twisted your ankle and it's swollen. You probably didn't really get a good rest because there was some discomfort. So you already woke up maybe a little bit grumpy. If it would be me, I would be very grumpy if I didn't sleep. It's just, if I don't sleep, don't talk to me. Don't even come close to me. And then so your mind, your brain would always feel that pain. You can compartmentalize this, but imagine this fly, those small flies, you know that somewhere, it's there. You might not hear it. You might say, yeah, I don't care about the flies. But the back of your head, you still hear it. And that's where your body comes in. If there are pains, if there is discomfort, if your posture is not straight, and it's not about, I'm not going to teach you about, keep your shoulders open and all of that. You know that. Most of the people know that. But what happens when you don't is not just you don't look good, it harms your health silently. Your internal organs, so which are over here, when you're at this position, they cannot move. They might not be, so for example, liver cannot hurt. There are no nerve cells in the liver. It's not gonna hurt per se, but it will be uncomfortable and sending the signal to the brain. So instead of being fully present on the stage or for your team, part of your brain will be dealing with how to get you comfortable, because in the pyramid of importance, what important to your brain is your internal organs. They are the first ones. Then comes other things, the muscles, the nervous system, and other things, but internal organs are the most important. And here the mindset not gonna help. It will be this small fly over there. If you don't believe me, try that. Just put your hands on your sides so you can wiggle the fingers, and you barely can sit. You still can sit, so it's a peripheral side, but you barely can sit. Okay, good. Now, don't wiggle your fingers and try to concentrate on me or on Chris. Like I'm talking, Chris, make faces or something. Concentrate and try to smile to us. And now start wiggling your fingers, right? Or even try to make a peach, which you learned. Try to make an elevator pitch right now by you wiggling.
Right.
Chris, how does that feel? If you imagine that you start right now, you need to talk to me right now. Your eyes immediately.
Yeah, and I just immediately put my hands down to talk. I don't know why I put my hands down to talk. Yeah.
Because you're trained, and that's what you can tell your clients also, and that okay, your hands needs to be not in this periphery, but somewhere here. That's also one of the tips. So that's how the body works. This is this annoying thing that takes the power of your brain. If you're in IT, you know the concept of the server. If the server is overloaded, it cannot perform the important tasks because it's overloaded with this. So this is where I come in. Also, the mimics is important, but when you start talking, but your tongue most of the time stays down, you can talk as much as you want, but that's how you're going to sound. You see, I didn't change anything much. I didn't start talking less loud. The only thing I did is my tongue is not touching the roof of my mouth.
Yeah.
So how did that sound? It's not that I changed the resonation. I didn't talk less loud. I was not moving my tongue enough to put it up to the upper jaw, maxilla.
Yeah.
It's a huge bone. I should have had my skull. But on the other hand, you should not let me lead an anatomy because I can talk forever. So this is where I come in. All these small tools you can learn in minutes.
Yeah.
And then use them on stage or when you walk in the room.
So in terms of that with the tongue, and that is quite interesting. Now I'm trying to talk without moving my tongue, which, that sort of works. But
move your tongue, it works better.
Move my tongue, it works better. So do some people just not use their mouth correctly? Is that what you're saying as well? Yeah. Yeah,
unfortunately, yes. I teach people to walk properly, to chew, to swallow, to use their tongue, to use their arms. To get to the story, when I start all of that, and when I was in martial arts, when I was 15 and 16, I was telling everyone that I'll become a minister of education one day, because I am absolutely upset with education systems in most of the countries, because we do not explain people essentials about their chemistry, neurology, and the body. We don't teach them. When we kids and we learn to walk, it's in our DNA, it's in our reptile brain. We learn the mechanics. Also, we look at our parents and we repeat the pattern.
Yeah.
But then stress comes, injuries comes, the grandfather comes with the cane, and we start repeating that. You probably, if you have kids, you probably saw how very, very often the kids between 4 and 6 years old, when someone comes with the cane, they start repeating that movement because it's fun for them. Yeah. Because they haven't seen that before.
I think I remember that my dad had a pretty bad accident when he was when I was very young, and I was the oldest of the kids, and he had to use a cane for a while. And I remember my younger brother picking up a stick and just doing that to be like that.
Yeah, and they do it subconsciously. Yeah, because they see the older human being.
Yep.
So we're a species, right? If we talk biology, we're a species, and our cubs learn from the older, learn to survive. They don't know why, how, but if the older specimen is doing that, I have to learn this too, because he survived and I will survive if I repeat the pattern.
Yeah.
That's how the brain works, leading with it. So most of the people, unfortunately, just they forgot. In medicine, it would be called muscle amnesia. Mm. Every muscle has a function. Every muscle knows, put it in simple ways, knows what it needs to do, when it needs to switch off, switch on, and which actions, as well as the tongue. Tongue is the muscle.
Yep.
When the new pattern comes, the muscle starts forgetting, and at some point it just forgets what it needs to do. And it can exist years, decades in the same state, but we can teach it back.
So it's almost a learned helplessness for that muscle.
Yes, nice. You put it very nice. Yeah.
Give me an idea of how I can use posture to improve my presence. And if you can, how can you do it in a live environment, but also how can you do it on like what we're doing here, a virtual environment? Because a lot of times we're in these virtual environments these days.
I will say that it's much easier in the live environment, much easier than in 2D. But it is still, I know the way how to do it in the virtual environment. So you look different on camera when you speak than other people, if you know that.
Okay.
I have been teaching that, I don't know, in the workshops almost 20 years ago. I've been in a debating club and the European Youth Parliament, so I've been teaching other young peers how to speak, and I've been talking about it. I might show something very banal right now, so if you know that, just stop me, so I'll show something else. So I'm talking to you right now like this. Just observe your feelings. How do you feel when I'm talking to you? How does my information land to you? And how is your impression of me when I'm talking to you like that? Just a few seconds, and everyone who's on the screen, just for a few seconds. What do you think about me? What emotions are coming up when I'm like this? I'm not gonna lean in, but I just do the same thing. So what if I'll be talking to you like this?
Oh, yeah.
I will present. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But what I did, if I sit like this, you can see that's how I was talking to you all that time since we started. And when I showed you the second version, what I did, I moved my shoulders here to the front. I put my arms closer to my sides, side of my body. I almost didn't move them at all. They were all the time here. Yeah. And that's the way I have been talking to you versus when I was talking to you like this. What it does, when we show up with the posture like this, we have such a thing which called mirror neurons. Doesn't need much explanation. Our body knows the emotions of other people by looking at you. Information gets to your brain. In seconds, the body tries on this posture and thinks, which emotion do I have when I have this posture? Seconds. Which emotion is this when you see when you're
not
like
confident? Not confident.
Sad, not confident. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how we feel about the other person.
Got you.
So just the shoulders also, it's a universal sign. When we close our shoulders for our body is we're not gonna breathe with the full chest. If we stay without the energy and just, science, hard science. We cannot, because the shoulders are here. It gives the signal, dangerous, don't breathe in fully. Either the audience is dangerous, the air is dangerous, I don't know. So what we do, we close from the world. We're not letting anyone coming here in this area. We cannot breathe in anyone's smell or anything because it is dangerous. And we transmit this, whether we want it or not. And it doesn't matter. Even now, when you probably can reverse that. So when I'm talking to you like this, you can monitor your feelings versus how I was talking to you when I started.
Yeah.
And you will feel the difference. So this is just the posture.
Yeah.
So
that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. When you show up, especially to your team, and you need to speak up, try your best to try and open the shoulders up and relax your arms so they're not stuck to your sides. Even if you don't gesticulate, even if you don't know how and you haven't been coached by Chris yet, just relax your arms. And that's how the posture will help. You can be leaning in, you can be leaning out, but do it with the open chest.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And I will say, I learned a lot about posture because I fought in tournaments and things for 10 years when I was younger as well. And when you walk out onto the mat, when you're going to be facing an opponent, posture is everything because it is a show and you are putting that energy across when you walk onto the mat, because it's a bigger equalizer. You know you're both going to be hitting each other in a second, and you've got to pose, I guess is the word, although I wouldn't have called it that back then.
Exactly, it is. Exactly. It is, and this is very primal. This is very primal that we cannot control. I'm not going to go right now into any sexist issues because it's dangerous nowadays to speak whatever, but it is primal. And that's what I was saying, that it is easier when you are, this is the second part of it, when you're presenting on stage, because you said you are walking on tatami, or you call it differently, but in martial arts,
I just said the mat,
the mat. Yeah, when you're walking on the mat, you're walking, you use your feet and you position your pelvis.
Yeah.
The positioning of the pelvis can create trust, leaning in, alpha male situation, which is the poser, right?
Yeah.
That I am the one I am. Or it can create the situation where everyone understands, that's the person I can peek at. That's the person I'm not going to listen. Or you can also pose your pelvis the way that the people not even going to notice you. And it doesn't matter how you put your shoulders or how loud you're going to scream, people not going to notice you just because of the position of your pelvis and the way you stepped on the mat.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It is very interesting. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's possibly a little beyond the scope of what we're talking about today, although I'm intrigued. If somebody wants to portray credibility, authority, that they're in control of the situation, the best thing they can do is to stand upright, open the chest, shoulders back, head up type thing. Is there anything else that you think they need to, that can help them with that credibility, authority?
Absolutely, yeah. So if you are presenting, if you're standing and it's live, you need to feel the ground with both of your feet. Here, the male population have a little bit of advantage because you don't have heels. Standing on the heels, you don't feel the ground that much, even though the presenter looks effective, but visually effective.
Yeah.
Right, so you need to feel the ground. If you need to put your feet slightly wider to feel this comfort of that you are stable and you have the roots. You can even have an image in your head. Let's say you don't know anything about the positioning of the pelvis or whatever. Have an image of your head that you're an elephant. Yeah. When the elephant walks in the room, this is the biggest animal. Yeah. You cannot move the elephant anyhow because of those legs.
Yeah.
So just have an image, and this will help your body to feel this stability, that you are stable. When your feet are stable, your spine automatically will go straight. And also, you have to look in front of you.
Okay.
When you're doing the same thing online, the important thing is, first, before you got on the screen, just stand up and feel this stability. then find a chair where you can put both of your feet on the ground and find like where I am. Can I have that stability? You will find it even without, with guidance it would be easier, but even without guidance, just let yourself to feel. And when you feel that, start speaking from that. Your voice will change and your presence will change.
Okay, that's given me a couple of thoughts. So first of all, one of the things I teach all the time, and this isn't unique to me, I learned it from somewhere as well. I can't even remember where now, it's so long ago. But you only speak when you're grounded. You don't speak and walk. If you are talking and you want to change subject, you shut up, you move, and you it's like turning the chapter in a book or turning a page in a book. You move, you ground yourself, and then you speak. You never speak and walk. That was one thing. Also, the other year, when was it? 2024, with TEDx University of Waikato, we had Jesse. Jesse's a nice guy, young guy. He was really tall. He's a bit taller than me, and very thin. And he had a really bad habit of swaying while he was talking. He'd sway from side to side, like that. And he kept his feet fairly close together. So I got him to stand with his feet further apart in rehearsal. And, he's like, it doesn't feel comfortable. I'm like, it isn't comfortable because you're not used to it. But I want you to keep practicing. Every time you practice, you talk, do it with your feet this far apart. It didn't look weird. It wasn't like he was in some karate stance or anything. Because he was so tall, it looked perfectly proportionate. But for him, it felt weird because he doesn't normally stand with his feet that far apart. But it made the difference. On the day, there wasn't any swaying, and he just looked like he owned the stage, if you know what I mean. So I guess I did the right thing there.
You did absolutely right thing, and that's what I love about you. You have also an intuition, and as me, you have a very good power of observation. And he was swaying because he's physics. He was swaying because he's tall. He needed the balance somehow. And instead of putting the feet wider, he was swaying not to fall subconsciously. Yeah, so putting this is a trick. If you're tall, put your feet a little bit wider. It's not gonna look weird for anyone, but you will have your balance. So you did amazing.
Yeah, we had another person. This was not my idea. This was his idea, but it worked really well. He, this was a few years ago, Andre, and he would nervously shuffle a bit. He was always moving his feet or shifting his weight and all that. So when he was practicing, and again, I didn't ask him to do this because it might not be the best thing to do, but that's what he did. He got a couple of bricks and a board, and he practiced his talk balancing on the board every time so that he couldn't move his feet because he'd fall off. And it worked really well for him. So because when he actually delivered on the red dot when he did his talk, he was perfect. It was just, he got out there, stood in the one spot and just delivered. He still used his body and he still had the gestures and all that, but he didn't have the nervous shuffle with his feet, which I thought was really good.
Do you want to know what was that nervous shuffle? What was that about? So the nervous shuffle also, if you saw people when they talk, they do something like this, right? If you watch news, which is not a good idea right now, but if you watch news, you see, I worked on the television too. You see that most of the hosts, they have a pen or a pencil in their hands.
Yeah.
This is their board on the brick. because what's happening is it's our nervous system. He was overwhelmed, and he could have some issues. We're not going to go there, but he was overwhelmed and his nervous system was not coping with that. Maybe also he has the same thing in other situations, but what can we do? We can prescribe him pills. He needs the result right now. What we need to do, we need to practice to calm down the nervous system, and show the brain different paths. So the fact that he was rebalanced his nervous system and his brain, so he could stand. When the host having the pen, most of the people on the TV, they're under extreme pressure. Believe me, I've been there. I wonder how don't people have PTSD after working on any kind of the news station when news can be changing fast. When you have a pen and you do things with the pen, or sometimes you just do this gesture if the people can see your hands, this is how they get away the nervous tension in the body. Otherwise they would be shuffling or changing on the seat or things like this. Not to have that and not to accumulate it, they have the pen, because this is the thing that get it away and teaches their brain that they're okay, they're safe, and the nervous system can concentrate on something else.
So it's like a physical focus for their energy.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And I noticed that I'm fiddling with a pen as you're saying this.
Most of the people who talk a lot, especially on camera, do.
What would you say is the connection between the voice and the posture, if there is one, if there is something you can add to that sort of thing? Because intonation, or how your voice resonates and comes forward and all that, has a huge amount to do with the credibility that people pick up from you, right? Or I believe it does anyway. And you can correct me if you think I'm astray. So, and I intuitively believe that the resonance you create has everything to do with your body posture and that sort of thing. But maybe you can give us some more concrete tips than my rough intuition.
It is a little bit hard to give the tips, because this is the exercises that you can do, but you are absolutely right. Intonations is one thing, but to put this intonation in line so you will sound credible, it's absolutely physiology or kinesiology, you can call it. So in a nutshell, we have resonators. You understand the word, right? Resonators. And there are different resonators. We can speak with different resonators. To be absolutely credible and put the intonations and pauses in the right places in our speech, if we're talking about speaking per se, we need to know how to use all of them. To be absolutely credible, we need to speak from our chest and belly resonator. There is also a throat resonator, mouth and nose resonator.
Yeah.
If we're talking from the nose resonator, that's how it sounds. I'm still talking to you, you're still understanding me, but I'm only using my nose resonator right now. Anything else in my body is not working. And this is not a matter of accent. That's the matter that I was using only the nose resonator.
And sometimes we sound like that when we're sick, because those other resonators aren't working, right?
Yeah. If we talk only with our belly resonator, when our posture is like this, to be honest, right now, to talk to you the way I was talking before, I would need really to contract my throat to make myself sound louder, because I completely right now blocked my chest and I'm talking from my belly almost.
Yeah.
and contracting a lot my throat. And another thing is the dry throat. This hits almost everyone who talks, and that happens when we talk like this. I still sound okay. I might be even sounding pretty credible, but if you look right now here in this area, you can see how much strain is over here versus when I talk like this. You almost don't see anything here. We can talk only with the throat resonator. This happens when we don't have the correct posture and we don't use our tongue.
Right.
So when all of this is in line, our posture, our breathing, the work of our chest, and we use our tongue when we are talking, we can show up with better presence, because which resonator we use creates an absolutely different impression. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, because I definitely talk from my chest, like I always have. And I don't know how to say this. I'm possibly the loudest person I know in terms of when I yell in the dojo, I can get everybody silent very quickly. And I've been asked to use that crisp voice in the in film sets to shut everybody up, because everybody's getting carried away with stuff at 2 a.m. and we want to get focused. I can yell really loudly, and that's through I guess using my chest. So that sounds good, but it does bring up another question, and I don't know if you are the person to answer this question, but that is around breathing. So I intuitively know that breathing's important because you're dead otherwise, but it's important in your speaking. But I know for a fact that breathing is a huge part of singing. If you're singing, and to hit the rhythms and the notes and the whatever, and I guess to ensure you've got enough air for those resonators that you were just talking about, you have to have breath control for singing. Now, I don't think you need the same level of discipline for speaking, but I assume that it helps. Do you have any tips around the breathing?
Well,
or any thoughts
again,
around
you
breathing?
ask such complex questions that we need to arrange for some kind of a workshop or a lecture around. But
I think we will.
Let me try not to make it another 15 minutes of me talking, and I will probably answer that from two sides. I will explain a little bit of the anatomy, just a little bit. Would that help?
Yep.
Okay. And answering your second part of your question, where you said it's not that important for speaking. I'm not a speaking expert. I think I would lean towards what you said, but you were the speaking expert, right? Because with singing you need much more control of the breathing. With speaking you need the control of everything else, but the breathing will come. However, I believe, but again, I'm not a speaking expert, I'm talking from the perspective of biomechanics, that if the mechanics of breathing is not good, or again, you forgot, so you do not breathe correctly, properly, as anatomically supposed to be, speaking for you will be dry throat, dry lips, tiredness, and it will be harder for you to show up with presence. Just because nervous system would not sustain. If you want to be a professional speaker, or even if you want to do a couple of speeches during a week, it would be hard if your breathing technique, put it, or like mechanics of breathing is not on place. And here where the anatomy comes. So also, by the way, you know that some people, when they speak, they spit a lot, and you don't want to be around with those people when they And the networking, you meet someone with a cup of coffee, and then the cup of coffee is just everywhere after the very important, very interesting professor talks to you. That happens when you have issues with the mechanics of speaking, mechanics of breathing, by the way.
Oh, really?
And the moving of the tongue. Yeah. It's just a bad mechanics. So why the mechanics is important? We're coming back to the anatomy and to the first part where of our talk, where I said that if you have some kind of pain or discomfort in your body, part of your brain, part of your server is taken by that issue. So our chest, if you put your hands, you can do it right now. If you put your hands around your chest, but the thumbs like this, not like this, but like this, yeah, around your chest, and breathe in and breathe out. Does your hands move? If your hands doesn't move, well, yours do, because I can't even see it. You also, if you look at Chris and look at that white logo, whatever, the logo is moving. You can see it, right?
Yeah.
If your rib cage is not moving in this simple exercise, that means that your breathing just don't go down. You have very shallow breathing. That means that your internal organs cannot function correctly. They do function in a way. You're not dying. You still exist, but they don't. So here is the anatomy. The diaphragm. If you don't know what is it, just Google it. It's important for your speaking and your life. So the diaphragm is hanging on our ribs, more or less like this. Yeah. So it's tensed in this position, relaxed in this position. On the diaphragm, we have different organs hanging on the diaphragm with the ligaments. Ligament from the organ, that's like this, comes to the diaphragm. When the diaphragm moving, the organ can move. The motility of the organ, the blood circulation, the lymph flow, everything is working. When your rib cage doesn't move, that means that the diaphragm doesn't do this. That means that the one level down also doesn't do any work or doesn't get any help. So imagine you need to talk for 40 minutes and all your breathing is over here. It's a lot of strain.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think I get that. So if you biomechanically, if you isolate any one thing and try to do anything with just the one thing, you're always going to have problems. Whether that's walking, and it would be much harder.
It would be much harder to get results, and it would be much harder. It will be much more work for you to show up on stage in presence. If your body is not balanced, or at least this breathing. It was interesting what you said. I want to ask you a question, that you were always able to get attention by having a loud voice or yelling. And now the question, when you yelled in the film stage or in the audience or during the tournaments, did you have a sore throat after that?
No.
Good. That's a signal that everything is all right with your diaphragm and you're talking from your chest.
Yeah.
If after yelling, the opera singers, they don't have sore throat, but they yell. If after yelling or raising your voice, you have dry throat, sore throat, scratchy throat, you're not using the diaphragm. You're not breathing correctly. I remember I was volunteering for the youth center for disadvantaged kids who had drug dealing, weapon dealing, and all of that. And we were doing the workshops for them. And once we had 80 youngsters and only 4 educators in the room. And I was able to stand up on the table and get the attention of all those 80, I don't want to call them delinquents because it was just a situation. They appeared and got to those ones. All those youngsters, they shut up. It was what I did. I just used my body at maximum don't repeat the trick without practice. We should have this line.
Don't try this at home.
Don't try this at home. But it is possible. Yeah, it is possible without harming yourself. And this is the most important thing that I teach, that whatever you do, wherever you want to be a leader, be present, show up to your people, clients, teams, you're not harming to yourself. You're taking care about yourself.
That is probably a really good place to wrap this up, because I think it's such an important point. And I think my intuition with that has always been, don't force it. So when I was really loud, it wasn't a forced thing. I wasn't forcing it. I just let myself be loud, if that makes sense. That's how it felt, you know? And so I think that's a good rule of thumb to live by. Just don't force it. Relax into it and let it happen. Almost will it to happen without putting effort in, is how I feel with it anyway. So yeah.
I can absolutely sign under that.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for this, Hanna. I've enjoyed it. I've learned a bit, and I'm sure the members that are listening have learned something from this too. What we'll do is I'll put some links under this video of how people can get hold of you, social media, and if you've got anything that we can offer them, like a how-to guide or some further information, I'll make sure we link that up below as well. Is there anything else you want to finish with? Anything else, last thing you want to say?
Well, thanks a lot for inviting me. I was very happy to share my perspective of biomechanics, biology, and how this is important and applicable in the art of speaking and being present. Thanks a lot. And people, take care of your bodies and you will be successful, very successful.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Hanna.
Just because you have expert knowledge, it doesn't always mean you have expert influence. It's time to stop explaining and start captivating. Sparking the curiosity, winding up the wonder of your audience is the first step to influence. Access the Captivation Architecture Framework, which has been developed over a decade of coaching over 100 TEDx speakers and dozens of startup founders who are pitching for investment. The Compelling Communicators is a free community on the School platform where you can access resources and work with others to hone your message and build your influence. Join for free today, and I'll see you in there.